Good morning, everybody. It's Tim Denton with 5 Star Ford in Warner Robins, Georgia. I've had a lot of people asking me for some more videos on training and how I sell the amount of cars I do, which to me personally, I'm not super impressed with the amount I sell. I mean, I do 40-ish, 38 to 48 generally, not over 50 yet. That'll be coming. So to me personally, I'm not super impressed with the amount of cars I'm selling, but I guess some people are. I've continually had people asking me for videos. I actually had a guy from another dealership just stop by now and ask me some questions, so I'm honored and flattered. But again, I decided I'd make another video seeing what I've seen in the car business as some of the top reasons sales professionals don't make the money they should make, or don't become better performers, don't increase in what they're doing. I've seen people over time, been in the business 10, 15, 20 years, and are continually still catching ups outside. You want to start growing in the business, and what I'm starting to learn from some of the greats like Frank Cornetti and Ali and Damian Boudreaux, of course, who's helping train me now, is we start out in this business as transactional selling, basically selling what the dealership's providing. People that pull up on the lots, internet leads, phone ups, stuff like that. That's transactional selling, and that's how we all start in this business. And what you got to do is you got to take the transactional selling and turn it into relationship selling. Which relationship selling is you're basically just selling your friends, families, referrals, stuff like that. So you're really not using anything the dealership is providing. You have pretty much self-efficient now. So everybody's goal is to get to relationship selling. Now me, I'm not 100% there yet. I'm not like them top guys selling 100 cars that everything is just off of what I'm producing. It's not there yet. I'm probably 50-50. So 50% of mine is relationship selling and 50% of mine is transactional selling. Now me personally, I don't do any ups, so I don't greet customers outside, but I do still take internet type leads and such that the business does provide. So plus my company likes me taking them. They rely on me some to take those. So I don't mind helping my company. They've been great to me. So I basically am a 50-50 guy. So I do work internet leads, and the majority of the rest of my business is from repeats and referrals. Now, that being said, majority of y'all that are asking me questions on how to sell are in the transactional stage, which is fine. That's how you build up your pipeline. But the issue is, a lot of us in the car business, we just come here to hang out. I mean, you can come in the car business, hang out, make you 40 grand. But if you want to be in the 6 figures, the top performers, you got to increase what you're doing. So today's video, I was just going to talk about what I see, why sales professionals aren't making the income they should be making or increasing their pipeline. Let me turn this fan up. All right. One of the biggest things that I see is flopping from dealership to dealership, jumping from dealership to dealership. You've got to stay at one location. Now, of course, if you're starting out in the business and that dealership's not working for you, it doesn't fit your personality, I understand if you got to move to another one. But once you find that spot, you got to stay there. If you're jumping from one dealer to the next dealer to the next dealer to the next dealer, you cannot build any kind of a pipeline. And so basically, just stop jumping from dealer for dealer. Stick at one dealer. The grass isn't greener always on the other side. Sometimes you got to water your grass. So watering your grass is by training, learning, and doing stuff that you're supposed to do. Besides not jumping from dealership to dealership, and this might be a hard one, is get to work on time. Get to work at least an hour early. All right, so it's just like a professional athlete, okay? When Jordan played ball, he didn't get to the arena 1 minute before the game started and just jumped out there on the court and started playing. Michael Jordan probably got there 3, 4, 5 hours early. He practiced, he got his mind right, he did everything he needed to do. Majority of car salesmen, you're going to walk in, smoke you a cigarette, drink you some coffee, hang out with your buddies, 10 o'clock rolls around, getting pretty close to lunchtime, so I'm going to slow down. Then you're going to go to lunch, take 2 hours, come back, smoke a cigarette, get you something to drink, hang out with your buddies again. It's getting pretty close to leaving time, and then you're going to go home. You've got to get to work at least an hour early. Top performers always have set routines on what they do. So like me, for example, I've got my little list every day. I live and die by a clipboard. It keeps my life organized. It lets me know what's going on, what I need to accomplish. So I'm a little bit different, so I'm not getting to work an hour early. I think we're supposed to be here at 9. I get here from anywhere 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm taking it to the extreme, probably 5, 6 hours early. But I'm getting here early. I'm doing my emails. I'm doing my training. I'm writing my letters. I'm getting my brain focused. I'm listening to some motivational speaking. I got my little clipboard on my to-do stuff. I'm getting all the small stuff that has nothing to do with selling a car. Okay? Getting somebody's car cleaned, or getting someone's a tire change in someone's car for them, or getting a loaner ready for a customer, or I mean, there's just a million things. Getting a payoff, calling a bank and getting an insurance binder. All that stuff I can do early before we actually open that door. Once we open that door, I want to concentrate on selling cars. So pretty much from 9 to 8, I'm just in the mood of selling cars. I've done all the small stuff prior, early in the morning. So you don't have to take it to my extreme, but you got to get to work at least 45 minutes early. Get your coffee, come over, skip the cigarette, smoke that on the way in, skip hanging out with the guys. None of these guys in here or gals are going to buy a car from you. Skip hanging out with them. Come to your desk, get focused, get your to-do list, make sure everything's done, organized, go through your leads. Then after you go through your leads, start sending your emails, write your letters, do some training, listen to something motivational, maybe play one of your favorite songs on the radio, or one of your favorite songs to get you crunk, and then you're ready to go. So you got here way early in time. So that's one of the big things I see why car people don't sell as many cars as they could, because they roll in at 9:30, 10 o'clock. The other massive thing is mastering your craft. Again, I see guys in the business 10, 15, 30 years selling less cars than when they started. I don't understand it. 30 years in the business, you should be able to sit at your desk and people are coming to you nonstop. You've got to master your craft. You got to read everything you can on your craft. Listen to all the audio. Join a training thing like I am. I'm in the 100 car club with Damien. That's mastering my craft. I'm listening to people that are better than me, like Ali, who's selling 100 plus cars. I train on him nonstop. I am mastering my craft. Every day I'm reading books on my craft, listening to audio on my craft, on Facebook, listening to little sales groups and stuff like that. But always you got to master your craft. I never understand why people don't train in what they do. Look, the more you train, the more money you're going to make. So number 1, get to work on time. Number 2 is master your craft. 3 is smoke breaks. Okay, it's fine smoking. People smoke, but man, go out there, smoke, and come right back in. Just because you're smoking a cigarette doesn't mean that's a good 30, 45-minute break right there. Go in, take your puffs, come back in, and get back to work. The bull sessions are killing y'all. Nobody that you work with besides in the other areas of the business, I'm talking about sales professionals, not a single sales professional that you work with will ever buy a car from you. Now, the parts guy might, the guy in service might, the detail guy might, the guy in your quick lane might, your accounting office, they might, but the sales professionals that you stand in them groups and hang out with for hours, none of them are ever going to buy a car from you. All you're doing is wasting time. Think about it. If I hang out in these bull sessions for an hour and a half a day, if I maybe say break them up, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes there. We talked about football in this section, talked about our date in this section, talked about what we want to eat tonight in this section. If you rounded up all that time and trained during that time, made phone calls during that time, sent emails, wrote letters, think about how much more productive you could be. So number 3 is bull sessions. Man, stop doing the bull sections. Facebook. Facebook is a great tool. Facebook, and this is on Facebook, and I watch Facebook nonstop. But use Facebook as a tool to sell cars, not as, let me see what Susie and Joe have been doing all day, and I'm just scrolling through, watching cat videos and having a good time with it. Facebook at work should only be used to sell cars. The other thing I find a lot of, and I call it staring out the glass. Sales professionals will stand by the front door and just stare out the glass, hoping somebody pulls in. Just hoping. I see people sometimes 5, 6, 7 hours a day staring out the glass, hoping somebody comes in. Instead of that 1 or 2 customers that are going to pull in, that 25 of y'all are competing to get, Why not come to your desk, call businesses, make phone calls, send emails, write letters, follow up with your customers that you've had. Call your friends, let them know you sell cars. Call your buddies, call your school teachers, people you played ball with, anything at all besides just staring out the glass for 6 hours a day. All right, you stare out the glass, let's say on a Saturday, there might be 7 opportunities. You got 25 guys and gals competing against 7 opportunities when you could have been sitting at your desk for them 6 hours and making your own opportunities. Just like they say, activity breeds activity. If you stay active nonstop at work, you're going to sell more cars. But if you hang out, smoke the cigarettes, drink the coffee, do things with your buddies, and talk about your date you had last night, and talk about the football game, you're not going to be a top performer. Long lunches. Oh my God, man, you can ask anybody that works with me, I never leave for lunch. I never leave for lunch. I just, to me, in my mind, if I leave for lunch, it just makes me lose an opportunity that I could have provided more money for my family. You know, leaving for lunch is going to take you 15 minutes to get there. You're going to want to sit down for an hour and hang out, talk with your buddies, 15 minutes to get back, and then when you get back, you got to get yourself back into the routine. So to me, leaving for lunch kills it. Don't leave for lunch. Get you something to eat on the fly at work. Leaving early. Leaving early goes in the place of getting to work late, taking long breaks, and leaving early. Stay until the job is done. Stay a little bit extra. All right, your shift ended at 8 o'clock. Clock out. Go to your computer and listen to Grant Cardone for a little bit. Zig Ziglar or Damien Boudreau, or listen like I do with Frank Cornetti's, the Ali. I listen to these guys on YouTube. So at 8 o'clock, you know, hey, maybe instead of going home right when you're supposed to or leaving early, you sit at your computer and listen to somebody on YouTube about your craft. Following up is massive, guys. A lot of sales professionals that travel from dealership to dealership don't follow up. So they want to catch that up outside and hope that person buys that day. Well, people might beg to differ from what I'm about to say, but a lot of people don't buy the same day. Most folks do not buy the same day. So continuing to follow up with them. I don't know how many times I've seen it where a customer comes back 2 weeks later, somebody else sells that customer, but you had them 2 weeks ago. Why did they sell that customer? Because you never called them. You never sent them an email. You never wrote them a letter. You never thanked them for stopping in. You never sent them a video message. So following up is so key to it. Not only following up the customers that haven't bought, but following up the customers that have bought. All right. You want to stay fresh in your customer's mind. Mail them birthday cards, Christmas cards, monthly newsletters. Just write them a letter, tell them you're thinking about them, you care about them. Shoot them a text, call them. But try to contact your sold customers every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days at least, all the time. Following up is massive. Writing letters is a lost cause. Behind me, I've got a ton of letters and postcards and just all kinds of stuff where I write people letters. Writing letters is a lost cause in the car business. So actually try to write some letters. Watching videos, like I was talking about, watch people about your craft. And talking about sports. I mean, sports is great. I love sports as much as anybody, but talking sports at work is never going to sell you a car. So to break it down, basically what I was saying, to become a top performer at your dealership, if you do the stuff I just went over, you're going to be one of the top 2 or 3 people at your job. It's a fact, because a lot of them are going to get to work late. When they get to work late, they're going to drink their coffee, smoke their cigarette, do a bull session. Then after they do that, they're going to leave early for lunch. They're going to take an hour lunch. It's going to take them 30 minutes to get back to work. Then when they get back, they're going to get them something to drink, smoke another cigarette, hang out with their buddies, and hope maybe somebody strolls in off the lot. Stop staring at the glass and waiting for an up. Okay, come inside and create your own business. Staying busy the whole time at work is so vital to what you're doing. Writing letters, following up with your customers. The last thing I'm going to talk about before I end this video is video messaging. Video messaging is huge. When my customers leave, I like to send them a video message thanking them for the visit. When they buy, I like to send them a video message thanking them when they bought. When I first get a new inquiry or referral, I like to send them a video message. I'll say something easy like, hey, this is Tim at 5 Star Ford. Just wanted to show you a face to the phone calls, emails, and texts. Give me a call at your convenience. So video messaging and sending videos of the vehicle that they're interested in. Video messaging is real big. A lot of times in text, and it happens with me a lot, people don't understand what you're trying to convey, or it sounds like you're being sarcastic or something like that by text, so it's a little bit harder. Compared to me sending a video message explaining to them what I mean, works so much better. So stay active at work, master your craft, stop taking long lunch breaks, stop doing the bull sessions, stop smoking so much, and you'll become a top performer. So I hope this helps. People keep asking me, so I'll continue to keep making videos. Have a great day.